Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English News Edition. Here are the top stories. In the headlines, the President of the National Assembly meets with the Ethiopian and Japanese ambassadors. And for the international news, Alphabet scrutinized for its innovations. Japan enjoys positive momentum. The details tonight. Welcome to our newsroom, ladies and gentlemen. The details now under the high patronage of His Excellency the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed. The Minister of Women and Family Affairs, Mrs. Mona Usman Aden, presented this morning at the office of the Prime Minister the national policy of the National Child Council. The ceremony was held in the presence of Secretary General of the Government and several members of the Cabinet. Through this National Child Council, the Ministry of Women and Family Affairs aims to achieve several essential objectives: protect the rights of the child and ensure the implementation of laws and policies relating to early childhood, develop national policies for the development and care of children in various areas, particularly health, education, and social protection, coordinate efforts among ministries and institutions to monitor the situation of children and improve the services available to them, monitor and address violations affecting children while working to prevent their recurrence, strengthen community participation to raise awareness of children's rights and needs, prepare studies and report on the situation of children at the national level, support programs and initiatives that contributes to early childhood development and protects children against risks. And now, as I mentioned the title, the President of the National Assembly, Honorable Dilator Mohammed Dilator, received on Sunday the new ambassador of Japan to Djibouti, His Excellency Okochi Akihiro, who paid a courtesy visit. The meeting took place in the reception hall of the National Assembly in the presence of the President of the Chief of Staff, Mr. Idris Mohammed. From the outset, the new ambassador expressed his deep gratitude to the Djiboutian people for the warm welcome and hospitality extended to him since his arrival. He also thanked the President of the Parliament for his decisive role in the continuous effort that enabled to establish of the Japanese base in Djibouti, a major milestone in the strategic partnership between the two nations. During the discussion, His Excellency Okochi presented several major projects to be implemented across different regions of the country, including the development of a new teaching kitchen for art hospitality, the construction of 15 new boreholes in the northern region. The ambassador also announced the upcoming visit of a delegation of Japanese senators, the first in more than 10 years. This visit follows an invitation extended by Mr. Dilator Mohammed Dilator to his counterpart. The President of the National Assembly, His Excellency Dilator Mohammed Dilator, received this morning, again, the Parliament's reception hall, the courtesy visit of the new ambassador of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, His Excellency Mr. Tulu. The meeting was attended by the Secretary General, Mr. Ismail Gulal, and following the traditional greetings, the Ethiopian diplomat paid heartfelt tribute to Honorable Dilator Mohammed Dilator, whom he described as a great friend of Ethiopia, praising his historical role, a daring key moment for his country. Taking the floor, Dilator Mohammed Dilator emphasized the strength of the long-standing ties that unite the two nations, and especially their peoples. He also praised the efforts of the Ethiopian Prime Minister, whose leadership has contributed to transforming the country and its capital despite ongoing challenges. Also on the National Assembly, this time on economic matters, parliamentary work continued on this Sunday. The Finance, General Economy and Planning Committee of the National Assembly, chaired by Honorable Shamarke Musa Are, met on Sunday, 13 November 2025.
The Finance, General Economic and Planning Committee of the National Assembly, chaired by Honorable Shamarke Musa Are, met on Sunday, November 13, 2025, for a working session dedicated to examine the draft Finance Law number 188 and 25 in its law concerning the financial settlement of the state budget for the 2024 fiscal year. During this meeting, the Director General of the Ministry of Budget presented the committee with the necessary technical information regarding the budget execution results for the 2024 fiscal year, the compliance of the financial operation carried out by the state, and the commitment and obligation undertaken during the period under review. Following constructive and in-depth discussion with senior officials from the Ministry of Budget, the Finance, General Economic and Planning Committee will continue its work in the coming days.
And now also as part of the 16 days of activism campaign against gender-based violence, the UNFD organized a major evening event at the Section 4 Community Development Center. The event was attended by Mrs. Fatuma Musa, Secretary General of the UNFD, Mrs. Hibo Mumin Asso, Ministry of Youth and Culture, and Mrs. Uluf Ismail Abdou, Ministry of Social Affairs, along with several parliamentarians and representatives of community management centers from the Bel'aus and the Balbala districts. The evening began with the folkloric performances and traditional songs, creating a warm and friendly atmosphere. This inter-community gathering aimed to strengthen solidarity among different communities to improve the fight against gender-based violence through discussions, workshops, and testimonies. The initiative sought to promote a culture of peace, respect, and equality for all. The ceremony concluded with the awarding of certificates to the community management committees, followed by a group photo to immortalize this collective moment of mobilization. And now the Ministry of Youth and Culture highlight and Mrs. Uluf Ismail Abdou, Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity, called for a stronger community protection mechanism.
Tonight, as we gather for the 16 Days of Activism campaign, we reaffirm an essential truth. No society can claim real progress as long as gender-based violence continues to exist. Combating this violence is not only an institutional responsibility, it is a collective duty, a human commitment that concerns each and every one of us. I would like to commend the remarkable work of UNFD, the Community Management Committee, and all the women and men who every day devote themselves to promoting dignity, respect, and justice. Their efforts often carry out a quietly changed life and push back fear. Our ministry, together with our partners, will continue to invest in education, culture, and awareness raising, because it is by transforming mindset that we build a fairer and more equal society. Tonight, as we take part in this major mobilization for the 16 Days of Activism against gender-based violence, we stand together to affirm that protecting the rights of women and girls is a national priority. Gender-based violence is not merely an individual issue. It threatens social cohesion, weakens our families, and hinders the development of our country. I would like to acknowledge the unwavering commitment of the UNFD, the Community Committee, and all the actors present for their dedication on the ground. Your engagement demonstrates that this fight cannot be carried out by few. It must be embraced by the entire society. At the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity, we are working tirelessly to strengthen protection mechanisms, improve access to social service, and support victims with dignity and compassion.
And now, as part of the 7th edition of the National Disability Week, the National Agency for Persons with Disabilities, NPH, in partnership with the Evangelical Protestant Church of Djibouti, organized this morning an official certificate awarding ceremony for the beneficiaries of the vocational training program funded by the European Union.
As part of the 17th National Disability Week, the National Agency for Persons with Disability in the partnership with the Evangelical Protestant Church of Djibouti held an official ceremony this morning to award a certificate to beneficiaries of vocational training, a program funded by the European Union. The event took place in solemn yet convivial atmosphere in the presence of the Director General of NBH, Mr. Douali Said Mahmoud, the Director General of NBH, Mr. Mohamed Hussein Douali, the Director of the Training and Social Service Center, as well as technical partners and representatives from irrelevant Ministry. The presidency underscores the importance placed on skills development and empowering people with disabilities. This ceremony marks a significant milestone. This is the first cohort of the young people with disabilities to have successfully completed the vocational training programs in various strategic sectors. The trainees have received training in technical maintenance, solar panel installation and management, as well as modern computer, graphic and audiovisual skills. These training programs funded by the European Union are part of initiative to promote social economy and inclusion, enhance the employability of young people with disabilities, and support the integration into the job market. The awarding of certificates marks the culmination of several months of effort, commitment, and perseverance on the part of the participants. This first course paved the way for future initiatives and reinforced the momentum of inclusion championed by National Disability Week.
And now the representative of the European Union in Djibouti said he was proud to support this initiative, which provides young people with disabilities with concrete opportunities.
It is an honor for me to speak today and to reaffirm the European Union's continued commitment alongside Djibouti. The European Union firmly believes that sustainable development relies on protecting rights, strengthening capacity, and creating opportunity for everyone. These projects that we support in Djibouti have a clear objective: enabling every citizen without distinction to access essential services, live in dignity, and build a better future. I would like to commend the remarkable work that together we are moving toward a more equitable and more inclusive society, confidently looking toward the future.
And now the Director General of NPH expressed his pride in seeing this first cohort successfully complete their training.
Today, by joining this major national gathering, I want to reaffirm the government's unwavering commitment to protecting, supporting, and empowering women and children across our country. Each step we take, each program we launch reflects a clear conviction: no society can progress if half of its population is left behind. This initiative, supported by our ministry in close partnership with civil society and especially with the UNFPA, aim to strengthen families, promote education, and create opportunity that allows every woman and every young person to build a better future.
And now the president of CNDH, Mr. Ali Souban Ate, carried out today a working visit to the Djibouti Coast Guard. This mission falls within the mandate of the CNDH to monitor places of deprivation of liberty and strengthen procedural safeguards related to police custody. Upon arrival, the delegation was welcomed by Captain Mohammed Idris, accompanied by Lieutenant Mohammed Aden. The purpose of the visit was to ensure respect for the rights of persons deprived of liberty, examine the work of judicial police officials, and assess the condition of the cells and the custody register in accordance with national regulations and international human rights standards. During the visit, the President Ali Souban Ate and the delegation were able to engage with the OPGs on control procedures, inspect the cells to evaluate their materials, hygiene, and safety conditions. The CNDH praised the constructive cooperation of the Coast Guard and the availability of its leadership, while recalling that the protection of the fundamental rights of persons deprived of liberty is an essential obligation for any public security service. And now the Talosan Association, in partnership with the European Union, organized an important awareness day to strengthen the fight against gender-based violence and promote respect for human rights within the community. This initiative is part of the 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence campaign and aims to inform, mobilize, and engage local population on violence against women and girls, as well as on all forms of gender-related discrimination. Throughout the day, participants attended information session on the different types of violence, engaged in interactive discussion and testimonies, joined practical workshop on protection mechanism, and learned about available local resources to prevent, report, and support victims. According to the association, this activity aims to strengthen the community capacity to build a safe, inclusive, and respectful environment for all. The fight against gender-based violence is a collective responsibility, the association stated, reaffirming its commitment to gender equality and the protection of human rights. And now, as part of the World Children's Day celebrated under the theme My Day, My Rights, SOS Children's Village Tajura, in collaboration with the Tajura CEM, organized a week filled with education, civic, and cultural activities. A large awareness march brought together students, teachers, supervisors, and local authorities, partners, starting from the prefecture and ending at the CEM. The march highlighted the fundamental rights of children. Upon arrival, a green break was organized. Each class planted a tree symbolizing a specific child's right. A mixed football tournament was also held, bringing together girls and boys in a spirit of respect, equality, and cohesion. This sporting moment served as a reminder that every child has the right to play, participate, and express themselves regardless of gender. The week concluded with a cultural ceremony at Teguri Ella Kindergarten. A sketch titled My Day, My Rights, performed by the CEM Theatre Club, poetry recitation and group songs by the student, and the presentation of gifts to the performers and supervisors as a gesture of appreciation. These activities reflect the commitment of SOS Children Village Tajura and the CEM to bring children's rights to life through participation, expression, and education. Still, as part of the World Children's Days, still in Tajura, the SOS Children Village Tajura, in collaboration with the CM of Tajura, organized 2 civic activities to promote children's participation. The first session took place at the Tajura Regional Council, where the children were received by the President, Mr. Omar Hussein. This meeting, again, and also a march, allowed them to express their expectation, ask questions about the role of local institution, and learn about the services provided by the council. A large awareness march brought together students, teachers, supervisors, starting from the prefecture, ending at the CEM. The march highlighted the fundamental rights of children. Upon arrival, a green break was organized. Each class planted a tree symbolizing a specific child's right, accompanied by an identification sign. A mixed football tournament was held also, bringing together girls and boys. This sporting moment served as a reminder that every child has the right to play, participate, and express themselves regardless of their gender. The week concluded with a cultural ceremony of the Tegura Kindergarten, featuring sketch, poetry, songs. These activities reflect the commitment of SOS Children Village Tajura and the CEM to bring together together children's rights to life through participation, expression, and education. Still in Tajura, AS Tajura, champion of Division 3, is intensively preparing for the 2025-26 session with the goal of reaching the first division. Physical preparation is at the heart of this ambition, with specific programs designed to improve the players' endurance, speed, and strength. The main objectives of the training program were developing endurance and strength, improving speed and explosiveness, strengthening muscles and coordination, preparing players for football-specific efforts. To achieve these goals, the training sessions were varied: endurance, strength training, speed, explosiveness, coordination, and agility. With solid preparation, the team hopes to be ready to face challenges of the first division. The new season, which starts next week, promises to be decisive for the club's ambitions.
The president, the coaches and the staff, everybody is really, really nice. To us, we that come from Nigeria to play here, and it's a very, very beautiful place. It's very, very beautiful, and I'm happy to join this club, and I can't wait for the league to start so we can show what we got.
The physical trainer, Mr. Issa Musa, highlights the importance of rigorous and well-adapted preparation to reach this level. And now for the international news, in Sri Lanka has declared a state of emergency after deadly floods caused by cyclone Ditwa.
The Sri Lankan government has declared a state of emergency after massive flooding caused by Cyclone Ditwa struck a large part of the country. Authorities report that at least 132 people have died, while approximately 103 others are missing. Intense rainfall and landslide have submerged entire neighborhood, destroyed homes, and isolated several rural communities. Rescue teams supported by the Army, Navy, and Air Force are continuing their operation to evacuate residents trapped in the flooded areas. Relief efforts are hampered by blockade, collapsed bridges, and unstable field, showing the delivery of aid to the worst affected regions. Temporary reception centers have been set up to house displaced families and provide them with food, water, and emergency medical support. Faced with the scale of the human and material damage, Sri Lankan authorities have launched an appeal for international assistance to strengthen relief capacity, restore essential infrastructure, and support the most vulnerable population. The country's
And now, as I mentioned in the title, global financial markets remain focused on Alphabet's technological outlook as artificial intelligence and cloud services continue to attract strong investor interest. Meanwhile, Japanese markets are being closely monitored.
global financial markets scrutinize Alphabet's technological prospect and the positive dynamic of Japanese market. Investors are focusing their attention on major development in the global technology sector, particularly those surrounding Alphabet, Google's parent company. Announcements related to artificial intelligence and cloud computing services are generating a significant interest due to their potential to enhance business competitiveness and drive new investment trends in the digital economy. Analysts are closely monitoring the performance of these activities, which are seen as catalysts for innovation and sustainable growth. Meanwhile, financial markets in Japan continue to receive close attention. Economic institutions there are working to maintain stable and favorable momentum through prudent management of monetary policy and bond instruments.
This is it for this 9 p.m. English News edition. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned for more on RTD.